Hi, it's Lisa Cuneo. Welcome to my scrapbook table. Today's layout is for the first Sunday of our Get in Shape scrapbooking series on YouTube, and today's shape is circles. So I'm showing you some photos there of a sunrise in Wyoming, and I'm using this set from Altenew. It's a die and stamp set. It's called Spirals and Spheres, or Spheres and Spirals, one of those. And so I used the dies and the stamps. I'm showing you there I used Cajun Craze and Daffodil Delight from Stampin' Up. I'm using probably the oldest thing in my stash. It's a piece of paper from Basic Gray from 2007. It's this multicolor stripe, and I went through my scrap bins and pulled those other papers that just the colors went with what was in the stripe. And so I put some stamped images down, and I kind of laid it out ahead of time so that I knew where to do my stamping. And I made some mistakes, but that's okay. They're going to be covered up. And so this was a good way to get rid of a mishmash of papers. I was happy to use up some of these scraps were just like, I don't know, a 3 by 4 inch rectangle, and I had been hanging on to them, but they worked on here. So I was really happy to get those used up. And there's one paper in particular in there that I didn't really like, but it fits the color scheme well, and there's not a lot of it showing, so I was okay with it. So I'm getting those glued down. I already matted these in white. And for some reason, we have the beginning of the sunrise, and we have after the sun has risen. You can see there on the right. We don't have much in the middle, and I'm not sure why. There were 2 pictures that just didn't turn out well, so maybe that's what they were. I'm not sure, but it's okay. My husband loves sunrise. Early morning is his favorite time of day. I'm a night owl, but when we're on vacation, I try at least once to get up with him and see the sunrise, whether it's over the mountains or the ocean or wherever we happen to be. And so this day was at Jackson Dam Bridge. I believe this is in the Grand Tetons National Park. It was July, middle of July, but it was 44 degrees that morning, so it was pretty chilly. And since the left-hand page here is pretty busy, I made the right-hand page just a simple grid, left a space there on the far right for some journaling, and I'm adding just a few leftover circles from my die cuts. And I'm thinking about what I want where. I did end up cutting quite a bit of this video footage out because it took me a long time to get things where I wanted them. I really struggled. I struggle in general with circles, and that's one reason I wanted to do this shape challenge, because a while ago I had asked on one of my Facebook groups for ideas for using this stamp and die set, because I've had it. I love it. It's gorgeous. It reminds me of a spirograph from when I was a kid. But when I tried to use it, it wasn't going well. So someone said, just use it as circles. Well, I'm not great with circles either, but I decided that's what I just needed to do. And I am happy with how it turned out. I like the diagonal sort of layout happening on the right, and then the diagonal on the left and the square on the right. Getting pieces glued down. Since I was cutting from scraps, some of these weren't entire, full circles or rings from the dies, but since I'm tucking, it didn't really matter. It turned out fine. And then I went through some other scraps and found a few pieces for tags, which you'll see here in a moment. While I get this glued down, I should say make sure you go to the links in the description box below, so you can see other YouTubers who are participating in the Get in Shape YouTube hop. And we are posting each Sunday of the month in January. And then I have this little ring to put on the outside of that, and it took me a while because there's little teeth on there, and you would think they all matched up the whole way around, but they don't. So it took me a little while to get that where I needed it to be. And I cut that out because it was boring to watch me just turn it over and over and over. And I end up tucking one little bit more of that same color underneath the aqua ring, just so that the yellow cream color isn't showing through. For some reason, I do need to apologize. My video, the lighting is not great today. It's very dark here today. Northeast Ohio is pretty dreary most of the year, but especially this time of year. And so in real life, the colors aren't nearly as washed out as they appear on the screen. And also in a little bit, my pages get partly off the screen, and I have to apologize. I wasn't paying attention. So then I decided, well, I need something else. These rings aren't enough. And my go-tos when that happens are either doilies or leaves, flowers, hearts, or tags. Well, tags was the only thing that could fit in here because leaves don't have anything to do with it. I already have circles, so I didn't want to add doilies. So I found some scraps, cut some tags. These are actually scraps from some 4x6 cards. Maybe from Stampin' Up. I think so. I've had them for a long time. I've given a bunch away. I'm trying to use them up. So the patterns worked. I just cut out pieces that would fit where I needed them to be and made little tags. And I used some copper color cord, put in the holes for the tags. So I have a cluster there at the center of the left-hand page. And then I make 2 more groups of tags. One for the top of the right and one for the far right on the side. Then I went through a little sticker book. I think it's a Simple Stories sticker book. And found a few little pieces that the colors worked. The sayings didn't, but I just cut it so that just the pieces were showing. I didn't need the sayings. And then I realized, I don't have a title. And I did want a title. I guess I didn't realize that yet. I'm doing some enamel dots. I used kind of a mustard yellow, a brown, and a really pretty orangish red. It looks really nice with that Cajun Craze ink from Stampin' Up. And I don't know what sets these enamel dots are from. They're probably Simple Stories enamel dots. But again, I just take them out of the packaging and throw them in my enamel dot box, and that's where they live. And this is where I realized, I don't have a title. And I want a title, but I don't really have anywhere clear that I wanted to put one. So I trimmed a scrap of the background paper, and I used these alphas from Simple Stories to just title it Good Morning, because it was a good morning. So I used my tweezers. First I was going to do it all in the larger stickers there, but I didn't have enough O's, and I think I was short an N. So I ended up doing good in this size and then morning in the little tile stickers. And I overlapped morning just a tiny bit, and it fit nicely on this rectangle, this scrap of yellow that I had that's the same exact paper as the background. I actually gutted it from behind this block on the right hand side. And first I put it up here at the top, then I move it down to the middle a little bit, and while I do like it there, it ends up back on the top in just a moment. I do not have still shots. They just would not work for me. I couldn't get them to show upright in my video editing program. They were turning sideways no matter what I did. So I apologize. There are no still shots of this. You can see the very end. It's just video of the whole layout. So that's all I have for this one. Thanks for joining me today. Please be sure to visit the other YouTubers, and I will see you soon. Bye.